Okay, is everybody ready? Bill, we ready to go? Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the City of Virginia Council Chambers. This is a regularly scheduled City Council meeting. I'll call this meeting to order. Today's date is Tuesday, August 26, 2025. The time is 5:30 p.m. Pam, would you please take the roll call?
Johnson?
Here.
Motley?
Here.
Paulson?
Present.
Beyondich?
Present.
Bachschneider?
Here.
Friedlieb?
Here.
Cuffey?
Here. Would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item 4 is the public forum. I just want to reiterate what we did at the public hearing today. We've had some spirited discussions at the council level and with the individuals speaking from the public, and we always encourage you to come and speak and address the council in any way with any issue that you have. All we ask of you is that you be respectful and courteous as you make your presentation, because we're all here to, for one common goal, is try to make this city a better place and work. So that's the goal and objective here. So if you have something you want to speak about, let's try to maintain a professional quorum as we move forward. So I thank you for that. So this item 4 is the public forum. Does anyone like to speak before the council? Please state your name for the record and welcome to the council meeting.
Greg Lency. I have the most current Moody's credit rating for the city of Virginia. This is public information, and I'll supply a link to Pam so she can get this exact document to any of the council or the public. City of Virginia, Minnesota update following the downgrade to Baa3. That's our bond rating. Baa3 credit profile is and will remain challenged at least through 25 because of an underperforming event center, ambulance services fund that have been more than depleting the available revenues across governmental operations. On November 20th, 2024, this document was emailed to the administration. We downgraded the city's rating to Baa3 from Baa1. It goes down here. It's quite detailed, and I'm only going to do some highlights. Factors that could lead to a downgrade from Baa3. Baa3 is Moody's lowest investment bond rating at this time. Anything below that is non-investment or considered junk bond, and we're at Baa3. That's their lowest rating. So factors that could contribute to a downgrade: failure to increase governmental funds in 2024, failure to achieve structural balance, and decreased reliance on general fund to support the poorly performing event center and ambulance service, increased long-term debt, a very weak financial position has worsened in recent years. The city's government reserves are deeply negative at minus 17% of revenue, following significant operational support and structural imbalance at the event center and ambulance service. The city has material outstanding capital needs listed here at roughly $20 million upcoming. And the city's formal fund balance, so that must be a policy, formal fund balance policy is to maintain between 35 and 40% of the general fund expenditures in reserves, which is currently significantly below. And there's other things in here. It's quite detailed. I was actually shocked to see how much they knew about the city of Virginia. So according to the factors that could lead to a downgrade, we checked every single box there. Failure to increase governmental funds, failure to achieve structural balance at the ITMEC and the ambulance, increased long-term debt. So we took out bonds, we spent $4 million on equipment, since the 9 months when this was issued to the city. So in November 20th of 2024, this information was available to every single one of you. And if I had to make a guess, I would go with the Moody's suggestion that says we're going to be downgraded. Because it says right there what's going to lead to a downgrade, and we checked every single box there. If I was making, this is my opinion now, the rest of this is all fact. If I was making any financial decisions at the city level right now, I wouldn't spend 10 cents until I get some financial advisor, a professional in here that can guide us out of this mess and start getting this city turned around. And there's things that can be changed at the operational level of the city that won't be hugely disruptive to employment or other things. And they can be done. People just have to look into it. I have a list of about 16 things that are professionally thought through, and I'd be more than happy to share that with Britt anytime in private. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Okay, is there anyone else that'd like to speak? Please come forward. Turn the light on to green. State your name for the record and welcome to the council meeting.
Earl Heisel. I own rental properties in Virginia, numerous ones, and I'm totally disgusted in the way that the city of Virginia spends money, and it's hard to believe that the bond rating has gone to where it is. You're operating right now without budgets and spending money like there's no tomorrow. We need to start acting like a city of our size and not what we were 50 years ago. And raising taxes will not bring development and won't bring any housing. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Heisel. Anyone else like to come and speak? You're welcome to come forward if you like. Anybody else? Okay, thank you. Okay, move to item 5, which is the consent agenda. The following items will be enacted by one motion unless the council or a citizen of the city of Virginia requests that the item be considered separately. Item 5.1 is the approval and correction of the minutes of the August 12th, 2025 special budget meeting, August 9th, 2025. Adoption of finance resolution number 25-015, the schedule of bills. Item 5.3 is approved pay estimate number 4 for the 14th, 20th Southern Drive and Chestnut Street projects to KGM contractors in the amount of $446,015.31. Item 5.4, approved pay estimate number 15 for the Public Safety Center project to Cross Anderson in the amount of $1,860,758.48. Item 5.5 is approved pay estimate number 4 for the alley improvement project to Utility Systems of America in the amount of $510,573.41. Item 5.6, approved pay estimate number 2 for the 2025 pavement reconditioning project to Masaba Bituminous in the amount of $76,921.39. Item 5.7 is approved the travel request for Dan Nyland, police officer, to attend the Glock Armor Training Center at December 18th, 2025 in Pike Lake, Minnesota, at a cost of $300. Item 5.8 is approve the off-sale gambling application for the Rock Ridge Youth Hockey Association to conduct a raffle on February 10th, 2026 at the Iron Trim Motors Event Center. 2 additional add-ons to the agenda that were added on late in the day. 5.9, approve the transient merchant license for Sand S Concessions, doing business as Buns to Go. And finally, item 5.10, approve the one-day transient merchant license for Kevin Paul, doing business as Bobcat's Lunchbox. These are the consent agenda items before the council today. Looking for council action.
I will move the consent agenda.
Counselor Johnson moves to approve the consent agenda. Is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support by Counselor Bachschnider for discussion. Further discussion, Counselor Bachschnider.
Thank you. Just one question on the schedule of bills. So on page 22 of the agenda packet with Rock Step Virginia LLC, we have two different things on here, one being a pass-through grant for from IRRR. I just want to confirm that we've received that money before we send that money out.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then the TIF District 7 business subsidy, what's that for?
We had the TIF district for the mall. We approved the District 7. They had to expend that much money to get that money from us. And that was the 2025B bond money.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Bachschnider. It has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, appearances. We have no one scheduled to appear for the council today. So move to item number 7, unfinished business. Item 7.1, the Mesaba Humane Society Animal Control issue. I would refer to our city attorney, Brian Lindsay, for some updates. Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. No substantive update. I have made contact with Ms. Foshi from the Humane Society, and she and I intend to have another call later this week.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll move to item number 8, discussion items. Item 8.1 is adopt a resolution approving the special 2026 veto levy in the amount of $101,171. Looking for a motion. Councilor Bachschnider. I'm sorry, Councilor Beyondich, I apologize.
That's okay. As per our last meeting, I would like to just table this for now.
Okay, Councilor Beyondich moves to table the resolution regarding the special 2026 veto levy in the amount of $101,170. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Support.
No. Is there support? Are we okay? Support by Councilor Motley, I apologize. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Roll call, please, Pam.
Johnson?
No.
Motley?
Yes.
Paulson is abstained. Beyondich?
Aye.
Bachschnider?
Aye.
Friedlieb?
Aye.
Cuffey?
Aye. Motion passes 5-1 with one abstention. Thank you. Move to item number 8.2, adopt a resolution to apply for and accept funds from the IEEE Residential Development Grant Program for 217 3rd Street South.
So moved.
Move to approve by Councilor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Motley. Further discussion. Britt, could you just give, for the education of the public, what this is for? What's 217 3rd Street South?
Yep, this is a private residence that's looking to seek funds from IRRB. Private residents cannot get funds from IRRB. The city has to get funds from IRRB. So we are acting as their fiscal agent for this project.
Okay, thank you. And we've done this before.
We do this a lot with this is a
Lots.
demolition, yeah.
Yep, thank you. So it's been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Councilor Bachschnider.
Is there going to be a requirement for us to do any of the match?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.3 is adopt the resolution for final pay estimate number 9 for the 10th Avenue and 13th Street South improvement to Casper Construction in the amount of $37,555.84.
So move.
Move to approve by Councilor Friedlieb. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? This is the final payment. Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Excuse me.
Opposed? I'm sorry.
Sorry, you didn't see it. That's okay.
Councilor Beyondich.
Thank you. Did this project come in on budget?
Matt Reed is back in he gives
Thank
the
you.
thumbs up. It did come in on
Thank you.
budget. Thank you, Councilor Beyondich. Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.4 is set a public hearing for the final assessment for the 6th Avenue West, 17th Street South, 10th Avenue West, and 13th Street South on September 23rd, 2025 at 4 p.m.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Freely. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.5 is adopt the resolution for the renewal of the Stryker Cot 3-year lease in the amount of $16,508.70 per year. And this is for the fire department. We have with us this evening to give us an update and some more information, Assistant Chief Jonason and Chief Frederickson from the fire department.
Thank you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. My apologies for not getting on the committee of the whole agenda. I didn't get it out before I took a week of vacation and came back and it was too late. And just for clarification, this is not a cot lease. This is preventive maintenance and repair, something that we've been doing for our cots and power loads since we started purchasing them approximately 12 years ago. So it's just a continuation of a preventive maintenance and repair plan that we've had for going on 12 years.
And it's for your ambulance service, the ambulance that's
Correct,
running,
ambulance.
right? Your ambulance, yeah, okay, thank you. Okay,
I will move the resolution.
Counselor Johnson moves to approve this resolution. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Freely. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Bachschnider.
Thank you. Seeing that it's a renewal of the lease, is there an increase in cost now for the next 3 years? And if so, about how much?
That Pam? Might have went down. If there was a cost, it was not significant, and it falls within what we had planned for the budget last year for this year.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So it has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Item 8.6, this was an add-on, is for the city to approve the development agreement with Rocks, the Jewelers, at 309 Chestnut Street. And could you give us a little update of what this is for?
Yep, the business owners of 309 Chestnut Street are working on renovating their building, and as part of the IRRB grant, they are requesting that we do a development agreement with the property owner.
So this is a pass-through?
It's pass-through grant. Yep, we've already approved the resolution at the last council meeting.
Yep, very good, thank you.
Just one piece that they were looking for as part of the application process.
Okay, thank you.
I will move the agreement.
Counselor Johnson moves to approve the agreement. Is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support by Counselor Bachschnider for further discussion. Further discussion, Counselor Bachschnider.
Does the city have any part in any match with IRRR?
This project actually has a existing VITA grant funding.
Thank you.
Okay, it has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion passes 6 with 1 recusal. Thank you. Thank you. Item 8.7, which is an add-on. It is a resolution that was passed out just prior to the council meeting to all. It's a resolution authorizing, stated August 26, 2025, a resolution authorizing the City of Virginia to apply for and accept funds from the Department of Iron Range Resources Public Works Grant Program for the Virginia Splash Pad Infrastructure Project. And the resolution reads as follows. Whereas in May 2025, the City Council of the City of Virginia accepted a $500,000 grant from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency's Community Resilience Grant Program for the Virginia Splash Pad Improvement Project. Whereas in June 2025, the city entered into a contract with SEH, our engineer of record, to develop plans and specifications for the splash pad project. And whereas Phase 1 includes the installation of essential infrastructure, including electrical, plumbing, water, and sewer connections, along with the basic amenities to create a splash pad at an estimated total cost of $725,000. Whereas the MPCA grant covers only a portion of Phase 1 expenses for the project, leaving a funding gap. And whereas the Department of Iron Range Resources is seeking applications for the Public Works Grant Program, and whereas the Virginia Splash Pad project supports community resilience, public health, and outdoor recreation opportunities for residents and visitors of all ages, thus meeting the DIRR grant criteria. And whereas if the application is successful, the City of Virginia agrees to accept funding from the DIRR Public Works Grant Program to support this project. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Virginia, the City Council of the City of Virginia hereby authorizes the submission of an application and acceptance of funds from the Department of Iron Range Resources Public Works Grant Program for the Virginia Splash Pad Infrastructure Project in Virginia. Be it further resolved that the Mayor and the City Administrator are hereby authorized to sign any necessary documents to secure the funding from the DIRR Public Works Grant Program. Looking for council
We'll move the
action.
resolution.
Councilor Johnson moves to approve the resolution. Is there support? Is there support? Is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support by Councilor Bachschnider for further discussion. Further discussion, Councilor Bachschnider.
Thank you. Given that this is an IRRR grant for Public Works, is there anything else that we would want to apply for this that would be considered a higher priority? I look at all the different projects and things that we have going on. Is this really our number one priority for grant funding?
Has to be ready within the next 30 days to start. We don't have any projects for this Public Works grant, and we don't have any road projects that are ready for the Public Works grant in the next 30 days.
So this is the only thing, like we have to apply within the
due
next
tomorrow.
30 days. It's
Yeah.
due tomorrow, okay, due tomorrow. That's
Matt and I have
helpful.
been
Thank you.
chatting for a while about what we were going to apply for in this grant round, and that's why I waited till today to make sure there was nothing else that I have in this radar right now to put in the grant application for under this program.
Thank you. And then I know that there's a fund set up, and I think that's what the Councilor Beyondich is going to be talking about. Councilor Beyondich?
I was going to ask, would this fund, would the dollars come to the city of Virginia?
This would be grant dollars to the city of Virginia.
So it won't come to the, so I won't, okay.
Nope, this would be a grant to the city of Virginia, and the MPCA is considered state dollars, but IRRB is not. So we can use the IRRB money to match the MPCA money for the grant.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So it has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, move to item 9, committee reports. Committee of the whole meeting that was held on August 19th, 2025. And we'll turn this portion of our city council meeting over to our city administrator, Britt C. Bennis. Britt?
And what page are the minutes on?
You want me to go for it? I don't have a numbered. Here, I'll give you my copy, Britt.
Okay, thank you. 63? Thank you.
There they go, right there.
I just need the minutes. That'd be why. On them, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Britt?
At the August 19th Committee of the Whole meeting, Chief Mattson was present to discuss her request her request to update the lease for the tasers. The current tasers are 5 years old, and we're running out of cartridges to use because they do not make them anymore, and we can't make any other upgrades to them. The lease increase would be about $8,000 more per year in the 2026 budget. It was moved and supported to approve the resolution for the renewal of the lease from Axon Enterprises Incorporated for the tasers for the police department.
So moved.
I'll move to approve by Councilor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
By Councilor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? By hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the payment of the 2026 invoice for the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities.
So moved.
I move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
We had discussion at the committee of the whole meeting regarding the request from the Evelyn, Virginia Airport Authority to act as a fiscal agent for state funds that they're going to be getting to purchase a vehicle. It was moved and supported to approve the request from the Evelyn, Virginia Airport Authority to act as a fiscal sponsor for their one-time State of Minnesota State Airports Fund Equipment Grant and to undertake the action pursuant to the Airport Authority.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Freelieb. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion?
I just give an update, the truck is in stock, so if we approve this today, we could write the check tomorrow and they would submit it for reimbursement immediately, and in 30 days, we'd have the money back. So it would be a very quick transaction if we approve it today.
Thank you, Britt.
Yep.
It has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the request to conduct a 5K fundraiser for Marquette Catholic School on Sunday, October 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Support.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson and supported by Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the resolution for the HVAC system upgrade at the senior center and award to the lowest bidder of IHC.
So moved.
A move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion?
Mayor, I do have an update on this. In this particular building, the city staff feels we should use the no-interest loan from the utility on this one. The rebate was only approximately $6,000, so we would be better off using the no-interest loan and using our payment to the utility, our normal utility payment to pay back the loan for this project.
Thank you, Britt. Counselor Bachschnider.
That was my question.
Very good. All right, thank you. Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion?
One more question, sorry.
Please, go ahead.
So how would we budget for that? And is that included in next year's budget for the paying back the loan?
That was a great question. It will be. We've had some massive steam leaks for a long time at the senior center, so we are almost 100% positive it's going to be way more efficient to go to gas. We've been holding off on fixing the valves and the joints over there because we knew it needed to convert anyway. So we're really hoping it's going to be less utilities once we get, even with the payment, once we get it converted.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
We discussed the requirement that to have a separate federal audit as per we received federal funding in the year 24, which is over the amount of $750,000. One of the new requirements from the federal government is that if you have a grant money over $750,000, you need to have a policy that states how you're going to administer the awards. So it was moved and supported to approve the policy and procedure for administration of federal awards.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the quote from Flaherty and Hood to assist with labor negotiations with LELS and IAFF.
So move.
Move to approve by Counselor Bachschnider. Is there support? Support by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I will not be supporting this, as I stated at the committee of the whole meeting. There seems to be some concern about the interaction with our employees and that this individual may or may not be able to buffer us, and I don't see that being an issue. The people we hire will be doing the job we tell them to do. They will be the conduit through which we speak. I also think that we have great relationships with our unions and their representation, and I think that we could be doing this internally. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Motley.
I will be supporting this. I wasn't here at the committee of the whole last week.
The reason I will be supporting this is not because we don't have a good relationship with the police and fire, but that nobody should, on this council, should go through what some of us, the females, went through on the last labor negotiations. So this is setting a precedence for future negotiations going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Motley. It has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Motley,
Yes.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich,
Aye.
Bachschnider,
Aye.
Friedlieb,
No.
Cuffey,
Aye.
Johnson.
No.
Motion passes 5-2. Thank you.
It was moved and supported to approve seeking requests for proposals for professional audit services for fiscal year 2025 through fiscal year 2027.
So move.
Moved by Councilor Bachschnider and supported by Councilor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the leave of absence request for an employee at the library through September 1st, 2025.
So moved.
Support.
Move to approve by Councilor Johnson and supported by Councilor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
We did go into closed session to discuss the contract for animal control services with Mesabi Humane Society as per Minnesota statute 13D03, 13D05, subdivision 3. When we reconvened, it was moved and supported to direct staff to communicate with the Humane Society consistent with the discussion in the closed meeting.
Moved approved by Councilor Johnson. Is there support? Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Friedlieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich,
Aye.
Bachschnider,
No.
Friedlieb,
Aye.
Cuffey,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Motley.
Yes.
A motion passes 6-1. Thank you.
No further items from that meeting.
Okay. There was something here under item J, direct the city attorney and staff to communicate with the Humane Society consistent with discussion. I already did that one, right? I'm behind the 8 ball here, so thank you very much. Okay, we'll move to item 10, commission liaison reports. Is any councilor would like to give a commission liaison report this evening? Seeing none, we'll move on to 11, department head reports. Is there a department head that would like to give a report this evening? Anything from you, Britt?
We have a Labor Management Committee meeting on Thursday. We had done an employee survey. We had 72 responses, which is approximately half the staff, which is a pretty good response on the employee survey. The committee will go over them on Thursday, and we'll, I'm assuming, bring back something to the council to talk about what we might be able to work on for employee retention and attraction.
Okay, thank you. Brian, anything from legal?
Nothing from legal, Mayor.
Thank you. Pam, anything from the clerk's office? How about community development? Jenny?
I have something, thank you, Mayor, not
Thank you.
directly community development related, but our age-friendly designation, through that, we have a survey that's out. We're extending that survey, and so there's some flyers that are going to be around the building, other locations throughout the community. There's a QR code at the bottom if you want to take it online. We also have hard copies available, again, scattered throughout either the building and or the community and at the library. So just wanted to mention, the survey's still open. Your voice matters. Take our community survey. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Jenny. Okay, item 12, council reports. Any council wants to give a report this evening? We'll start with Councilor Motley, then go to Councilor Johnson. Councilor Motley.
So this is just kind of in regards to the budget meeting we had prior to this meeting, which I find extremely concerning and disheartening. I think the city of Virginia needs to stop doing things the way they've always done it. This is 2025, not 1950. I think it's in the city's best interest to reach out to local communities, Evelyn Gilbert, by Wabick, Mountain Iron, to see if there's any way we can possibly move forward to the benefit of all taxpayers in all these cities by working together with the police and the fire if it reduces taxes for everyone. I think the ways of things being done, it needs to be reconsidered, and if it's possible that we can find a way for all of our local communities to work together because we're within minutes of each other or not even, I think we need to seek out to see if it's possible, if we can work together. And that is solely at the moment focused on the police and the fire. I think we could do more than that too, but at the moment, I want to make a motion to direct city staff, the mayor, the council, to reach out to the neighboring communities of Evelyn Gilbert, by Wabick and Mountain Iron, to see if they are open to talks on merging our police and fire in order to save all taxpayers' money from all the cities. Thank you.
A motion by Counselor Motley, is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support for discussion by Counselor Bachschnider. Further discussion, Counselor Bachschnider.
Thank you, Counselor Motley. Would you be amenable to amending to include fail as well as that was included in a press release?
Absolutely. Thank you. And also, I'm going to make a motion after that. This one, yeah. Yes.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
More discussion, Mayor?
I'm sorry, I apologize, Counselor Johnson. Further discussion, Counselor Johnson.
I would feel more comfortable having a discussion about this at the committee of the whole as to exactly what we're looking for, what our ideas are. Going to the community as Councilor Beyondich was part of a very lengthy set of meetings prior to the pandemic, working with Mountain Iron. I think that we need to look at that relationship again, as well as what we truly want to get out of this, instead of blind phone calls going, hey, let's partner, to which they can say no very easily. I think there should be a plan of attack. I will not be supporting this motion.
Thank you. I think it bodes for, at least for us to reach out, to extend the olive branch, so to speak, to begin the discussions, however that goes. But I do believe that there's already been a commitment by both the City of Virginia and the City of Mountain Iron to merge the departments, but there was some discussion about that, but that never came to a vote here. So there's some groundwork that has been laid historically with respect to that. So I think it bodes for us to move ahead and at least make some inquiries, and then have some significant discussion about that at the next committee of the whole meeting. Councilor Beyondich.
Right, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. That was almost a 2-year process that we worked jointly, and it came to an abrupt end. And I think we need to repair relationships and work on relationships with neighboring communities to come together, as I think we all face the same challenges. So and part of me, I think we do need to look at what exactly are we looking for to go forward. So, thank you.
Yeah, I think it would bode well to have a brief inquiry with all the mayors together, facilitated by Rams, I mentioned earlier, just to have a discussion about it, making no commitments whatsoever, just see how everybody feels, and then come back and we'll put a plan together. I think that would be good, and I think just extending the olive branch might be, the thing to start with. So please, Councilor Beyondich, and then we'll go back to Councilor Motley. Councilor Beyondich.
Would you be receptive to changing the motion to just have a brief interaction, even with the mayors, before we go forward with a blanket statement? So we get a feel for what everybody is looking for. To change that motion just a little bit.
Can you read back my motion, please?
Moved by Counselor Motley, supported by Counselor Bachschnider, to direct city staff to reach out to the neighboring cities to discuss collaboration with the police and fire departments. So I have the cities listed too.
And what was it that you wanted me to, I'm like all for this going as fast as possible because I feel like we are a sinking ship.
Well, and I agree with that. Sorry, can I just talk?
Oh, no, please.
Sorry.
Please.
I agree with that. But I think we have to be careful and mindful of our neighboring communities and what their needs and wants are as well. So I would be for the mayor having a meeting with the mayors and get a feel for what everybody, I mean, we all think we're in the same boat. We may not be in the same boat. And I know part of shared fire services, and they left already, we're dealing with a full-paid staffed, fully staffed department where other communities are not. So there's a lot of different things to look at. So I think having a conversation to see what other communities' needs are that we can help them with as much as they can help us with.
So you want me just to amend it that the mayor, Cuffey, reaches out to the other mayors in regards to the police and fire and not city staff?
Or whatever the motion is, whatever you'd like me to do, I would happy to do it. So whatever is.
You have meetings regularly with other mayors.
We do, we have informal discussions and coffee once in a while, but we do have a meeting once a month, a mayor's meeting of all the Iron Range mayors at the Rams, which is facilitated by the Range Association of Municipalities and Schools. And we could certainly have him, Mr. Paul Peltier, facilitate a meeting just with the mayors of the communities that we're asking to maybe talk to about, just to lay out the idea.
When is your meeting? What time of the month is that?
So usually usually the third Wednesday of the month. I'd have to look and see when the next one is. I believe there's a comment period for the wild rice sulfate standard on the next one, so.
I think that would be a good forum to bring it up, to see if you could talk and you'd have more input maybe, and a facilitator for it.
And I can understand that, I just want this to come across as a front that it's the city of Virginia that wants to work with other local communities, and I want it to come across as a front, not the city that thinks they're better than everybody else and we're going to take over. Because we're not. But I want to get the ball rolling, and if that's what it requires in order for this to pass, then
Well, the mayors would have to talk to each other, and then it go back and talk to their respective council. But if we just lay the idea out there of maybe starting some discussions with no expectations or demands on the departments, because we're unique in our position. We have ALS, EMTs, full-time fire.
and I understand that.
And so you have to, it has to be worked through. I mean, it's it's an arduous process, as you did for the last 2 years.
Okay, so not on the merging then, or, I mean, so,
See, what we want to repeat what you,
Other than Rams, do you have a mayor's meeting? Or it's with,
no, it's facilitated by Rams once a month.
that's not the Rams board meeting?
No, it's a separate
Okay.
mayor's meeting.
I would like it to go to that.
okay, I would amend,
The mayor's meeting.
okay, I would amend my motion to what Counselor Beyondich is asking. And I want to follow up
Rams mayor's meeting.
the Rams mayor's meeting, and I'd like it to be addressed back to the council.
I would facilitate that being moved through Rams and come back to the council with the discussion. I'm saying we're in the first.
Not a takeover, just how we can all work together
I understand the direction.
to help everybody. Okay.
Could you repeat your motion, Counselor Motley?
Oh, boy.
You want it amended? Don't you love it?
Thanks, Pam. Okay, correct me as I go, or would you like to, okay, so direct the mayor to reach out to the mayors at the next Rams mayor meeting dinner in regards to the possibility of the police and fire from the communities listed earlier to work, anybody to work together with us for the betterment of all the taxpayers of the Iron Range, period.
So that was moved and supported by Counselor Bachschnider, moved by Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Beyondich. Bachschnider.
Aye.
Friedlieb.
Aye.
Cuffey.
Aye.
Johnson.
No.
Motley.
Yes.
Paulson.
Aye.
A motion passes 6-1. Thank you. Any other council reports this evening? Counselor Bachschnider?
Thank you. After today's budget meeting, I just have a few questions and potentially action to make as well. So we currently do not have a finance director in place in the city of Virginia. Our previous finance director has been doing some work here and there, it sounds like, to help with the 2026 budget. In asking Britt if by next week's meeting, if the things that we've been discussing so far can be updated. It doesn't make sense at this point to do that just because of staff wherewithal. So what I'm wanting to see is if we can hire a contractor to come in to help us with the 2026 budget. My preference for that would be a previous city employee potentially approaching the city clerk, the previous city clerk finance director, the deputy finance director, or the previous accounting clerk 3, with the intention that our 2026 budget is taking a lot of time to go through. These meetings are, almost an hour and a half long, and we're getting through, we got through 6 pages today, I think, and
That's normal.
which is normal, yes, but when we look at putting it all back on your staff time, I just hate to ask you to keep doing that because we're just not getting those updates in what I feel is a timely manner in order to have a preliminary levy set by the end of September. So I would make a motion to bring to the committee of the whole a proposal to have a potential contractor come in to help with the 2026 budget.
Support for discussion.
Would you read the motion back, please, Pam? It was moved by Counselor Bachschnider and supported by Counselor Motley to
bring information to the next committee of the whole meeting to hire a contractor to assist with the 2026 budget.
yeah, this is something we could just have referred to the committee of the whole meeting for discussion, but now a motion is made to do that, so.
So
So
we
it
have
has been-
formal
yeah,
information
sure,
at the committee
absolutely.
of the
Been moved
whole.
and supported. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page here. It moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Johnson, and then Counselor Friedlieb.
I don't understand how this is going to work in the time frame of less than a month. This won't be able to be approved until the middle meeting in September. And it's spending money. After all the discussions, there's just no consistency, so I won't support this. I think our staff will manage. They have always managed. It's the process we've gone through every year. I especially have concerns about hiring previous employees to do jobs that they have don't do anymore. That's a great big concern for me, so I will not be supporting this in any way.
Yes, thank you, Counselor Johnson. Now, I know that the motion doesn't say that. The motion just says hire a contractor. Is that right? That's what the motion is. Doesn't say who. And there was part of your discussion was that, but the motion is a contractor. So it's been moved and supported for that. Any further discussion?
Yes.
Counselor Friedlieb.
Wasn't it just a meeting ago that we agreed to hire a consultative service for financial advisement
$45,000, yes.
And-
This meeting, we just approved it today.
Pardon?
Yes.
Yeah, so like this, would be redundant to that then, or is that, I guess I'm confused as to who we're turning to and what we're attempting to accomplish, given that.
Thank you. Counselor Bachschnider.
I see these as entirely different things because who we hired in is really there for the long-term planning. I'm hoping to get, my intention of this motion is to get a contractor in to do the 2026 budget. So the very, very short term, the next couple of months.
And the levy has to be approved by September 30th, and I guarantee you by the next council meeting, I will have the budget updated. Because we're talking 2 weeks away. There's a holiday and Monday is the problem, and so we're not here, staff isn't here, which is why I'm not gonna be able to get it done Tuesday, because we have a holiday.
And that's for the preliminary levy. We still have until the end of the year, and I still
Certainly
think,
hope we have a finance director by then, you know, that's a discussion we need
I'm
to
not
talk about.
optimistic.
Never know, I mean, let's talk about that, I mean, that's a discussion we have to have. It's not been talked about yet, it's an elephant in the room, we made an offer, it got refused, we need to talk about what we're gonna do next. So we need to figure out what's going on.
To me, the next step is to get our budget for next year under control.
And staff can assist with getting, you guys are the ones that have to make the decision about the budget. You know, as I had mentioned a couple of years ago, you know, history of the levies not being high enough where they needed to be because this council didn't want to do anything above zero didn't help us now in this moment where we are in reality. So it's a tough decision and it's hard and it takes a long time and it takes a lot of meetings and we will meet every single week. We will meet every single day if you guys want, about what we can do with the budget to get it ready for 26.
And by passing this motion, it goes to the committee of the whole meeting, and then from the committee of the whole meeting, if it's carried forward, it goes to the next council meeting for a vote. And then
Then we'd probably have to advertise, or we'd have to figure out a contract, and we have to prove a contract with somebody, and it's just a lot that's gonna have to happen.
But there is a motion support on the floor for that right now. Thank you for that insight, Britt. It has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Motley.
I think our budget is the number one priority. It's a huge problem. We went over, what, 2 departments, and it was like a $1.5 million, what was it, Counselor Paulson? $1.5 million increase in 2 departments in just the hour and a half we were here from last year. I think bringing in somebody to help Britt, because she's the city administrator, not the finance director, would be in the city's best interest. We need all the help we can get to get our financing under control.
I mentioned this year is different because this year staff was asked to bring forward everything the departments asked for. They wanted to see what departments were asking for. In previous years, Sherry and I would have cut this back to, there was not a $1.5 million increase. We would have cut them back down to reality. We didn't do that this year because you guys wanted to see what the staff is asking for. So we brought it all forward to you. We would have cut a lot of this off. I mean, so that's.
The taxpayers are gonna blow up when this
I know.
hits the newspapers.
And I warned everybody in that email when I sent out the budget stuff that this was what everybody is asking for. We did not modify it like we normally do. We had comments saying that the staff just usually, they submit their request and then all of a sudden they get something back saying they didn't know what happened, what got cut or why. Well, they did, they just don't like the answer. The answer was we're not raising the levy another $3 million. They didn't like that answer. But we used to weed it out, Sherry and I would weed all that out, but this year we didn't do that. This year we're just giving you everything they've got. I can certainly go through and weed it out and bring it back down to what I thought would be, but I didn't do that this year because we were asked to show you guys what all the capital that we're looking to purchase. Okay, fine, there's what you're looking for.
Do you think, Counselor Bachschnider, it's in your best interest to amend your motion to move things faster, if possible?
Read the motion back, please, Pam, first, and then we'll go back and ensure that this is the proper motion to bring back to the committee of the whole meeting. I don't think it needs to be a motion. I think you just send it back to the committee of the whole meeting. There is no motion. You send it back there, we discuss it there, and then make a motion there, and then bring it to the city council. That's what we should be doing. But right now, there's a motion support on the floor. So, Counselor Bachschnider.
Thank you. I would amend my motion to take action tonight to spend up to $4,000. Rationale behind the $4,000, $1,000 a month, September, October, November, December. And with a retired finance person, it should be able to come out of that flex spending in finance by not having full salary there.
Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, we can't just hire somebody from the council meeting level?
No, but
And that's
that
what
we
you're
can
saying,
go
so
and
that's-
post it, that we would post it after today.
Well, and I can't dictate enough that you have to have specifically worked for the city of Virginia. We'd have to.
No,
create
I
that
don't want
posting.
it dictated like that, no. But my rationale for 4,000 is 1,000 a month for September, October, November, December, the next 4 months.
Okay, that's your amended motion, Counselor Motley. Are you supporting that?
Can you read it back?
Okay, can you say your motion again? So you want
I
to
move
spend
to-
1,000 a month?
I move to post to hire a contracted financial person to come in and finalize the 2026 budget at the cost to not exceed $4,000 and to end by December 31st, 2025.
Would you amend that to put pro bono and or up to $4,000?
Absolutely.
And what's made tonight does not go to the committee of the whole. This is the
Yeah,
council
that we're
meeting.
making action right now.
Perfect.
And
I'm
that
fine
would
with that.
authorize a posting to go out.
This is a non-union, so it's at the council's discretion.
Correct.
Perfect, thank you. I'll continue to support that.
Mayor, if I may.
I was just going to call upon you, Brian. Please, thank you.
So I don't want to throw a monkey wrench in or cause any additional complication needlessly. But while we may be talking about bringing in an independent contractor position or person, we may be talking about things that affect union work and duties that are assigned within some of the union classifications at this point. We may need to reach out and speak with the union before we bring this forward, especially given the particular language in our collective bargaining agreement.
So thank you. If I may, I would once again, I understand the impetus for the motion. I have no doubt about that. I think we have to do something. I agree with that. But I simply don't think there's a motion that's been made without any discussion whatsoever. All of a sudden, it springs upon us at the council meeting to make a motion when we could just, we're going back to the committee of the whole meeting anyway. So we just send it back to the committee of the whole meeting, we discuss it there, we vet it out there, and then move with a motion there to the next council meeting, because we have to do that anyway. That way we can vet all these things out and underscore and discuss the issues that are of concern from a legal perspective and from a bargaining perspective as well. Councilor Bachschnider.
Thank you. So currently, we have all accounting clerk 3s in the finance office. Is that correct? Is it under any of the finance clerk 3's job description to make the budget?
Right, and right now they are acting in the capacity of some finance director duties.
So it's in their job description, word
Assist
for
with the
word,
budget, yes.
to make the budget.
Assist with the budget. You guys make the budget. The council sets the budget. We assist with entering it.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
So that's your motion, it stands, right? Motion stands by Councilor Bachschnider, and the support stands by Councilor Motley. Further discussion, again, Councilor Motley, and then over to Councilor Paulson. Councilor Motley.
Yeah, just to legal, so we posted for a finance director, which is non-union, at the discretion of the council and mayor. So how is contracting out for finance a problem with the union when we posted for a non-union job at the discretion of the council?
Brian?
If I could.
Yes, thank you.
So what I understand the position is, or what I understand this individual's role would be assisting with the budget. And I'm not saying that it's a direct conflict with the union work, but it may affect some of the union position work.
They all have their jobs. Nobody's cutting their hours. I don't understand that. We are like,
Giving them more support.
we're helping them, I guess. I don't know. Making their job easier, which we're trying to hire somebody else, but okay, thanks.
Well, I have a lot to say, but I'm going to reserve all those comments and concerns that I have for the next committee of the whole meeting, where we'll vet it out and discuss this even further. So the motion stands, the support stands. Further discussion, Councillor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. And I do understand this was just brought up now. I don't think I was prepared for this. So, but in past practice, this is considered a professional service. And we do not have to go out for a request for quotes for professional service. We've done this many times in the past. So we are able to go out for a professional service without seeking quotes or anything else. We have done that in the past.
Brian?
Thank you. As far as entering the contract, it would be considered a professional service. And I mean, the concern that I expressed with touching union work, if it's carefully crafted, it could be avoided. But that may, I guess I don't have enough information about exactly what this individual role would be. And it's just out of caution that I express my opinion about the union work. But as far as actually entering the contract, absolutely correct. Professional service, you don't have to go out for bids or quotes or anything.
So it's not a timeline. It's not a, you have to advertise, and I guess that's what I was trying to get across. But I understand the need for discussion to try to understand what we are looking for out of this potential contract service. But to assist with budget it's not even implementation, it's to assist with the creation of the budget. When, and Britt, I'm really sorry that I was a little taken back by all that was thrown in there with the kitchen sink as well, because I thought that we were actually going to have, like we had in the past, the department heads come forward and state what they wanted, but that it would be separated from the actual budget worksheets themselves. And so that's what caught me really off guard earlier at the meeting. And it's hard for me to separate, like you've got to go and find the line item in order to say, oh my gosh, is this a need or a want, or what is this? So I would have rather have had it the other way, but that's just my personal thing. But I do feel like we have to have some assistance with this budget preparation, and with not having the audit done, we've got the preliminary, which helps if that's not going to change that much.
Nope, it won't. And he's, like I say, he'll be here Tuesday to go over it, and will be finalized once it's reviewed by the third-party auditing firm. So that's all.
And so if we move forward with this, we're putting it out there. It's still not, you would still need one more action step of approval of the actual contract, correct?
But what am I looking for? I mean, how do I put out anything if I don't know what I can't just say budget preparation, because you'd have to know the budget, or, yeah, I don't know, there's not enough information.
So
like Brian
would
said.
that information be prepared by the committee of the whole? Then we would vote on that, moving it forward to the next council meeting? Is that how you're seeing this go for? I'm just trying to understand what our process is.
That's how it has to go. Councillor Bachschnider.
I believe I amended the motion to make action tonight on it, and so that we could have something go out. Now, if I need to include, like, pending council approving something via email, is that an option or no?
An open meeting law violation.
Okay, so no open meeting law violation, we can't do that.
And so, thank you. We'll get to you, Councillor Johnson, just for a moment. So I really do believe, and you're all about process. What do we normally do? We refer to the committee of the whole meeting for vetting, discussion. The staff brings forward their ideas. We get concerns from legal. We get all that together. We talk about it at the committee of the whole meeting. We make a motion at that particular time what we want to do, and whatever, if a motion passes, it goes to the city council for approval. We're doing this cart before the horse thing, and much to the surprise of everybody here. And I understand exactly what you're trying to do, but when the motion says up to $1,000, who makes that decision? I mean, we got to talk about that, and then add pro bono to that as well. Who's going to, and put that out for professional services, who's going to do it for pro bono? Because you know that the perception is, there's an idea who that person is going to be. And so I just want to, I think it should go back to the committee of the whole meeting. That's my opinion. Councilor Johnson.
Move to table to the committee of the whole meeting.
Okay, Councilor Johnson moves to table. Is there support? By Councilor Freely. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
No,
Aye. Opposed?
no,
Roll call, please, Pam.
Bachschnider,
no,
Friedlieb,
Aye.
Huffy,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Motley,
No.
Paulson.
Is there any clarification I can get, or once it's done, it's done? In terms of the tabling motion itself?
So the motion was to table the prior motion, and there's no discussion during it.
No discussion. Move to table, moved and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye. There's 3 ayes and 2 noes, and you're next.
I don't understand, so I'm just going to say no.
Okay?
Yondich,
No.
4-3.
A motion to table fails. Okay, that motion still stands. Read back the motion, and we'll vote on it.
Okay, we'll see if I have it right. Moved by Counselor Bachschnider, supported by Counselor Motley, to contract with a financial person to assist with the 2026 budget and allow up to a stipend of $1,000 per month.
Okay, and that's your second? You stand by that second of your motion, Counselor Motley?
Yes, because I don't think we can wait 2 weeks.
Okay, moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Paulson, and then back to Counselor Bachschnider. Counselor Paulson.
I just can't, more about the process, and this is not like how we normally conduct our process. So I totally understand what you want to accomplish, but I feel that we need to take that next step at the committee of the whole. So if the information could be presented at that point, I would feel way more comfortable than making a decision when I'm not quite exactly sure what the target is we're trying to hit. So that's kind of how I feel. I like to have a process.
Thank you, Counselor Paulson. Back to Counselor Bachschnider, and then over to Counselor Motley again.
thank you. 2 things. In the past, at committee of the whole meetings, we have approved purchases in order to go forward that day. Is that an option for us to do if we move it to the committee of the whole next week? Can we say with action being able to be taken today? Done it in the past.
Brian?
Thank you. Yeah, that is a possibility, yes. We have plenty of time, even if we wanted to notice part of it as a special meeting, but I think the committee of the whole meetings are regular meetings, so.
Okay, thank you. And then the only other thing that I want to add is I understand it feels like I'm springing this on everyone and everyone listening, but we have to realize that we got new information yesterday that we had an offer out and that offer was not accepted. And so I'm springing it on myself too. I was up until a very wee hour of the morning stressing out about this and trying to figure out what to do. And this was the best solution that I personally could come up with in order to have action taken. So I also feel sprung on with my own thoughts right now. So thank you.
It has been moved, supported. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Beyondich.
Thank you. Mr. Lindsay, could you assure us, maybe assure me, that there will be no repercussions by us doing this as a council?
Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. So it's a difficult question or request to respond to. So I don't know a whole lot about what this proposed position will be doing. And we have historically had a little bit of tension about union duties, and we've got some very particular language that exists in some of our collective bargaining agreements. So if this is a pure professional agreement that isn't touching work functions that are handled generally by or part of the description of the work performed by the union members, we would be okay. I don't know enough about what this position or what this contractor would be doing to be able to say confidently that we wouldn't run into issues. Theoretically, there's a way that it could be structured where it doesn't, but I don't have enough information to say absolutely not. As far as entering the contract and moving through that process, I think we're in pretty safe waters. It is a professional agreement. The city has the right to enter into an agreement with whichever professionals it feels most comfortable with. It's just that collective bargaining aspect that I'd like to know a little bit more about the actual function of this contractor before I gave a thorough opinion there. I know that doesn't give you what you're looking for, but that's the answer, unfortunately, I have to give.
You won't like what I have to say. It's still early. We have time to discuss it. So if we want to hammer this out tonight and make a decision, I'm okay with that. But I need to know what you need. Let's craft it right here. Let's do it so we're done.
Well, I'd stay and discuss it as long as it takes to take it done. But in this particular case, there's not enough information for me to make an informed decision until we get some additional information. So I'm not going to support it, and I'm not going to support this any further. I'll talk about it at the committee of the whole meeting. I'll make a decision there. Councilor Freely.
I agree. It should move to the committee of the whole for further discussion. And I also have full faith and confidence in the fact that we have professional people on staff who are intimately involved in the development of the budget, and we need to move forward and not keep looking back. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor and a support. Read back the motion one more time, and then we'll vote. Thank you.
Moved by Counselor Bachschnider, supported by Counselor Motley, to contract with do we want it to say financial person, or what did you? To assist with the 2026.
Financial professional.
Financial professional.
Like it needs to be an individual
To assist
person. If
with
like
the-
a firm put in for it, that would be fine. So professional.
To assist with the 2026 budget and allow a stipend of $1,000 per month.
And that's your support?
I also wanted pro bono in there.
Read back the motion. We should read back the motion, please.
Moved by Counselor Bachschnider, supported by Counselor Motley, to contract with a financial professional to assist with the 2026 budget and allow stipend of $1,000 per month or pro bono.
That's the motion. That's your support. Is there any further discussion? Councilor Paulson.
Thank you. And there's no way to amend that motion to allow us to have discussion at the committee of the whole, knowing that at the committee of the whole, we would have, according to legal, we would have the ability to execute if needed in a timely fashion. So if we could do that, would it be amenable to do that so we can properly vet this out? Knowing that there still could be action on Tuesday, a week from today.
Councilor Bachschnider.
I think that's how it has to be. I think we're giving them the direction that they need in order to draft up a RFP or whatever that looks like to make sure it's compliant with any union language, and then that would go to the committee of the whole. I would intend on making it as a motion, or whoever, my hope would be that it would be made as a motion to approve then at the committee of the whole and not wait for a council. But I think we're going to have to review it at the committee of the whole next week.
So
Counselor Paulson?
I apologize. So that the language of the motion, though, then would need to change to reflect that it's, you're requesting staff to draft what you're looking to do.
But that's not what the motion is.
That's why
But that's
I'm
why she's
clarifying.
asking me and clarifying.
And if you could amend, I feel like we'll all get there.
Yes, I can amend.
Okay, Counselor Buckschneider, what is your motion?
Moved by Counselor Bachschnider, supported by Counselor Motley, to recommend discussion at the next committee of the whole to contract with a financial professional to assist with the 2026 budget, and I guess you can discuss the rest of that at the meeting then regarding the $1,000 or the pro bono. Does that sound?
So that motion is to discuss it at the committee, only that's what the motion says. Support. Further discussion. Counselor Beyondich.
There would be just the discussion, the action, is that taking place at committee of the whole or going back to council? Get it, because you want it. Okay.
So we have the motion. Everybody understand what the motion is now? Okay, would you repeat the motion, Pam? And then make sure that's correct. And then we'll ensure that you support that motion, and then we'll vote. Pam?
Moved by Counselor Bachschnider, supported by Counselor Motley, to recommend discussion at the next committee of the whole to contract with a financial professional to assist with the 2026 budget.
That's the motion, and that's your support? Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Friedlieb,
No.
Huffy,
Aye.
Johnson,
No.
Motley,
Yes.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich,
Aye.
Bachschnider.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-2. Thank you. Any other council reports or any other information that want to be disseminated to Councilor Johnson?
Thank you. I would move to offer the financial director to the second place candidate as has been past protocol.
Okay, Councilor Johnson makes a motion to offer the position of finance director to the next candidate on the docket. Is there any support for that?
I would support that.
Supported by Councilor Friedlieb. A further discussion. Does that encumber any issues there at all? Okay, moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your light. I looked and your light was off. I looked and your light was off.
I wasn't quick enough, and I
Counselor-
wasn't prepared for this either.
Counselor Paulson.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. So I did have a conversation with Britt. There was maybe an extra, I wouldn't say criteria, but I feel like we need to maybe have a conversation about just the very thing that we're talking about, maybe some assistance. And I know we've got, who are we bringing on? Baker and Tilly? Baker Tilly. And in order for me to feel comfortable, I feel like we still need to have a little bit more discussion about what part of that assistance might look like for that candidate. And I don't know if that's amenable to bring it forward to the committee of the whole with the understanding that we could go forward with an action step after having that discussion.
Okay, any other further
And I'm
discussion?
sorry to be complicated, these
No,
just start popping up here.
I understand exactly what you're saying. So it has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? It has been moved and supported, correct? And further discussion, you have something, Pam? Okay. Counselor Motley for discussion.
I think the finance director position should go back to personnel for discussion, if possible. Thanks.
Well, is there a motion, a hint of a motion then, if that's your thoughts to,
I already have a motion on the table. But
well,
I will make the motion to table this. Go back to personnel. Can you do that?
okay, there was a motion on the floor and a support to offer the finance director position to the next candidate on the list. It's been moved and supported, it was moved and supported. Now there's a motion to table. Is there support for that motion to table by Counselor Bachschnider? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Can I have a point of order, please?
You sure can.
The motion to table doesn't not have to specify when you're going to discuss it then? Like,
It's a
I would
motion to
like
table.
clarification. Well, then a table is indefinite to me.
She can make another motion after.
We could make another motion after that. So there's a motion to table, and there's no point of order. Or is there a point of order? Brian?
So Mayor, not to complicate this even further, technically, if you make a motion to table that doesn't have a definite return date, it kills the motion. So, yeah, so if it's tabled to the next committee of the whole, or if it's tabled to a personnel committee, that sets the discussion back on, that would be a valid tabling motion.
Thought I made the motion to direct it to the table it till the personnel, which is Friday.
Okay, the motion on the floor is by Counselor Motley to table to the next personnel committee, which is this coming Friday. Is there support? Support by Counselor Bachschnider. All those in favor signify by
Can we discuss this further?
No, we can't discuss a tabling motion. So all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed?
No.
No.
Cuffey,
Aye.
Johnson,
No.
Motley,
Yes.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich, Bachschnider,
Aye.
Friedlieb.
Motion passes 5-2. Thank you. Counselor Johnson?
Thank you. I appreciate getting the email with the information from Moody's. I was looking at that while we were doing some other discussions. Some important parts that were left out were the city's cash ratio is strong at 49% of revenue in fiscal year 2023. There's some positive stuff in here as well that explains that the city is on track to move forward. And I'm looking at it skimming, so I would encourage everybody to look at this report. Many of the things that were read are generic on everybody's page about what it means. So keep that in mind, and there's also several other rating agencies that are used by investors and bond examiners. So this idea of we're drowning in debt and the scare tactics being used is offensive to me, and it is not needed. Right here, the second paragraph on the third page, we expect the financial position to stabilize at its current narrow position in fiscal 24 and 25. That got forgotten to be said. We're playing games at this point with these meetings. I will again encourage folks who understand the process and the bigger picture and how this is not a single year, our taxpayers, which I am one of, to come and have that discussion with us. I also find it very concerning that the information, and I'll be very specific, that Mr. Lency has, but only wants to have a private meeting with Britt is extremely concerning to me. If Mr. Lency really wants to help, he should send that in an email to the clerk, and the clerk can distribute it to all of us, and we can work on it openly and publicly as everybody insists on. And I will definitely support Britt in her comments, which is true. The last 8 years I've been sitting here, every year we've gotten a budget where everything's been taken out, and this council, many members of this council have repeatedly requested to see everything starting from the beginning and to be involved in the entire process. Britt is doing exactly what this council has directed her to do, period. To indicate otherwise is frustrating to me. Our staff know exactly what they're doing, and I will continue to say this. They understand that their budgets make or break their jobs. If they don't have budgets, the comment was made that we're spending money without any budgets or without any plan. There's nothing that could be further from the truth. We look at our budgets every single month in this room, twice a month. 3 times a month, 4 times a month. We have a budget. We are statutorily mandated to have a budget. We have one. Things are budgeted for. Things in the Iron Trail Motors Event Center are budgeted for. Things at the Public Safety Center are budgeted for. Very little gets bought without budget. You don't bring a budget, a 30-some million dollar budget down to line items. Yes, we're going to buy 16 paper clips. We have an office supply budget, and it's up to the department heads to make sure they're staying within that budget, and it's our job to be fiduciarily responsible to make sure the department heads are doing their job. It is not our job to count paper clips. We pay people to do that. And this process has gotten to the point where it is frustrating, it's confusing. Multiple people say, I just don't understand this, which is fine, but we've been doing it. I don't know what's changed between this year and last year's process that has become confusing, or the year before, or the year before, or the year before. This is how government works. It's the same process we've done for years. It's the same process I've done since I've been sitting here. This is my 8th budget. We need to be able to move forward without the scare tactics, without the doom and gloom, without all of this negative energy. We will get through it. We are nowhere close to being the state of Minnesota coming in and taking over. That is a process. We would get a warning letter from the state, and then another one, and then they would come in and help us plan, and then they would take over eventually. That's not going to happen in the next 3 months. So I really need folks to take a step back, especially our citizens, especially the people who have concerns, and moreover, the people who trust us to come forward and tell us that they trust the 7 people they've elected to do their jobs. And when we have folks coming in and continually berating us and intimidating counselors and making statements in this chamber that make people feel like they don't know what they're doing, that's not okay. There are 7 of us here who can work together very well. We know how to do our jobs. If you have input, that's great. Emails, texts, coming here, private conversations I'm a little wishy on because people have a tendency to get a little assertive with some of the members of the council, and that's not okay. We do this, it's basically a volunteer job for the money we actually receive. So I would ask that folks just take a step back and take a breath. Our staff are doing phenomenal at doing exactly what we ask them to do every day, all day long. The challenges come in is when we step in as elected officials and direct individuals to do things quietly. So thank you, Mayor. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Councilor Johnson. Is there Councilor Bachschneider?
Thank you. I believe earlier in the meeting, we tabled the veto levy. I don't think we gave that a timeline, though, so do I need to make a motion to put that on the committee of the whole meeting? No, we're just good to go for the veto levy then. Okay, perfect, thank you. One additional question. So we have our finance director who is retired. Are they still on phased retirement working? No, they're not on phased retirement anymore. Have they been taken off of being a signer for the city?
No, because we have to make a motion to add somebody else onto that.
Okay, I think we probably, because they're no longer an employee of the city, and now that we're kind of in this pause state, I think we probably want to get that person off. Do you have a recommendation of who the other signer should be in the interim?
Charter, hang on a second. Let me see. I
Do we need to have 3 on there, or just 2?
think it's just 2.
Just counters.
Yeah, yep. I don't think we need to add anybody else. We just need to make a motion to remove her from the council.
Okay, I would move to remove the previous finance director as a signer for the city.
A motion by Counselor Bachschnider and supported by Counselor Beyondich to remove the retired finance director from the signing of any documents within the city. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? A motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. And then one final thing, I just want everyone to know that I don't feel intimidated if people want to come up to me and have conversations, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I would love to hear it because this is my first time as a counselor. I know I ask a lot of questions. I'm truly just trying to do what is best for the taxpayers and for every single person out there. So please reach out to me anytime. Happy to have that conversation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Bachschnider. So we've come to the last item on the agenda, which is still council reports. So is there any counselor that would like to give a council report before we adjourn for the evening? Hearing and seeing none, we will stand adjourned to this city council meeting. We will adjourn to our next council meeting, which is for Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, 5:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. Good night. Stand adjourned.